Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nuruddin Abdullahi Olucha with the headlines on Somaliland National Television. These are the main top stories taking place across the country. Chairman of Muniabat attended graduation event for more than 200 students from Ibnul Bas Education Center in the capital. Somaliland government distributed aid to the throat-stricken district in western reaches of Somaliland. Minister of Religious Affairs attended a Quranic school reopening event in the capital. Chairman of ruling party Thu-27-Aug-2015.kh alongside the cabinet members attended graduation event for more than 200 students from Ibnul Bas Education Center, one of the Quranic schools in the capital. This event had in attendance by the first chairman of ruling party Thu-27-Aug-2015, Somaliland Minister of Resettlement and Rehabilitation, Director General for Somaliland Ministry of Religious Affairs and Endowment, other governmental and non-governmental officials. Sheikh Faisal Yusuf Ilmi, the principal of Ibn Bas Education Center, who provided the opening statement for the occasion, has deeply explained different stages for the center and a number of previous and present graduates. Sheikh Faisal mentioned the center established for improving Islamic knowledge and the preach. The chairman of Kurmiya Party, Thu-27-Aug-2015, and the Minister of Resettlement and Rehabilitation collectively spoke about the significance of Islamic education as well as the spreading of Islamic religions. They jointly praised the center administration for their dedication and their efforts to produce knowledgeable generation. Somaliland Deputy Minister of Environment and Rural Development, alongside parliamentarians and officials representing National Environment Research and Disaster Management authorities in Hargeisa, continues to distribute aid to the areas which were affected by the recent heavy authorities in the western regions of the country.
Members of the officials distributed the aid to some districts in Awdal and Salal regions, including Garissa, Garbadadar, Alihaid, and other districts that were in need for an urgent assistance. Deputy Minister for Environment and Rural Development oversaw the distribution of the aid to more dozens of families who were heavily stricken by the drought. Members of the families receiving aid expressed their happiness for being distributed such food rations, where they expressed thanks for the government playing tremendous role in assisting drought-stricken families before there is humanitarian catastrophe.
Somaliland Minister of Religious Affairs and Endowment, Sheikh Khalil Ahmed, speaks about significance and the role of Holy Quran in the life of every generation in a well-organized event for Darul Quran reopening school year event. This occasion was designed for the school year opening event was graced with their presence by the Minister of Religious Affairs and Endowment, religious scholars, governmental and non-governmental officials. Sheikh Mahmoud Aden, the director of Darul Quran schools, provided a brief story towards these schools. He stated this center is the first modern Holy Quran founded in the country, which provides various kinds of Islamic conception, including memorization and Holy Quran recitation. Religious scholars and other invited figures were spoke at the venue, jointly emphasized the significance of holy knowledge for the Muslim societies. At the conclusion, Somaliland Minister of Religious Affairs and Endowment admired pupils and school administration for their dedication and practical efforts towards Holy Quran teaching. The minister also recommended students to gain knowledge of Holy Quran. Somaliland National Television has on Saturday embarked on an assessment mission to the throat-stricken pastoralists in Somaliland's western regions in order to receive first-hand information regarding how these regions were affected by the droughts.
Somaliland National Television embarked on an assessment visit to some of the western regions of Somaliland that were highly affected by heavy droughts, including Salal, Awdal, and Gabiley. Water scarcity is the first problem in entire affected areas of Awdal and Salal. Almost all water points, such as shallow wells and ponds, dried up because of long time lack of rains. The mission of the visit was to assess the living conditions of these residents living in the regions affected by the heavy drought, in order to get aid agencies for assistance to Salal, Awdal and Gabila regions which the drought hit. A number of malnutrition cases were reported in areas where the drought has stricken as far as the situation is concerned. Members of the residents in Garissa district of Salal region speaking to SLM TV have shown their view on the situation on the ground, where they played an urgent assistance for the government and aid agencies. Somaliland Deputy Minister of Environment, Mr. Mohammed Noor, on the occasion has reflected on his view regarding the situation of these regions, where he expressed concerns on the heavy drought hit the regions. A well-coordinated effort is underway in Somaliland to assist the people who are affected by the drought. Aid agencies and government of Somaliland have pledged to do all they can to provide emergency relief to families that live in drought-hit areas. Somaliland government is also playing tremendous role in assisting drought-stricken families before there is humanitarian catastrophe, where they distributed food items to the people in those areas.
That's all news that we have for you tonight. Thank you for watching. Until we meet in the next. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.